So I just finished listening to the audio of the opening statements from the prosecution and the defense in Lori Daybell's trial. I haven't gotten to the witnesses yet, but this is day one of the jury trial with the jury in the room. And I just wanted to point out a few things that I heard that I haven't heard yet through tweets or other videos that I've seen. So let's get to it. In the opening statements, Lindsay Blake came out for the state and she talked about how this case is about money, power, and sex, and how it all correlates with the evidence. And Lindsay said a lot of things that we knew, but a few things we didn't know. So one of the first things I heard was when Tammy Daybell died and law enforcement showed up, Chad Daybell had moved Tammy's body. We found out Lori switched Tylee's money to be transferred from her account into Lori's account on August the 16th, 2019. So Tylee was still alive and they were still in Arizona. She also started receiving benefits for JJ about a month before he was last seen. So we know the whole Chad and Lori story. If you don't, you'll have to find that somewhere else. I'm not going to go through that, but Lindsay did. She went through all of their story. We found out that Melanie Gibb, Melanie Pulowski, Zulema Pastenes, and Audrey, can't say her last name, and April Raymond will all be testifying in this trial. Lindsay Blake told us that when April Raymond takes the stand, she will tell us how Lori talked about when she divorced Charles, how Charles would have to take JJ and just take care of him because that's not her mission. She told him JJ will have to go live with his father and Charles will have to figure out what to do with him. Lori was here on a religious mission to gather the $144,000, so she needed to spend her time and energy on that. So JJ could just go live with Charles. She had more important things to do. She also told her friends that the things she does here on earth doesn't count for her. Lindsay made that a point, I feel like, when she said it a few times where she would say, it just doesn't count for me. It just doesn't count. It doesn't count for me. So Lori didn't have to repent because it didn't count for her. Just after Tammy died, so Lori was in Hawaii when Tammy died, and so when she got the news, she rushed back to Idaho to insert herself into Chad Daybell's life. Let's see, I have it bolded here. So she returned to Idaho to insert herself into Chad's life as if Tammy never existed. She met the kids. She came to his house. We didn't know that before. That's underlining. And Chad started to introduce her to some of his friends and his neighbors. And when they met the neighbors, Lindsay Blake said it was a little over a week after Tammy died, and they were all over each other. And when the neighbor asked if Lori had any children, when Lori was asked about children, Chad made a statement and said she had a young daughter that died. Chad said. And then when Lori was asked if she had any kids, Chad replied and said she had a young daughter that recently died. There was no mention of JJ, no mention of a son. Lori didn't correct Chad. She did say that Lori gave an indication that, well, I've got some stepkids. Lori, another point we learned, or that we may have known, I don't know, I don't recall knowing it, but we may have, that the first time Lori searched for malachite wedding rings was in May of 2019. Now we know that she was looking at them in October before Tammy died, but I don't know if we knew she was looking for them in May. If you know, if we knew, let me know, because I don't remember. I don't think we knew. something else, which we already knew that stuff about Chad saying there was no minor kids when they were looking for an apartment in Hawaii. They didn't look for the kids when they were missing, which Lori said she knew where they were, so why would she look for them, I guess. All right, so then the state closed with that. I can't think of anything else, or I don't have anything highlighted that. Oh, there was this. Sorry. Alex set the Wi-Fi pass. So when they moved it, okay, so I found this too. Alex set the Wi-Fi password when they first moved to Idaho. He sent Lori a message that said the password was too many kids. And she replied, funny. Jim Archibald's statement, I am not sure if him and Lori got together on that, but it sounds like something Lori would have written. Let me know what you think. Once we listen to the witnesses testify, we'll go back over that. So we'll be done for now, and I'll see you soon.